Hello, Ralph Davella back for lesson number 10 in the Caruso series of trumpet lessons. Today is the 10th of the 10 basic Caruso lessons. After today's lessons, we will be doing individual studies that I have accumulated from Carmine through the years. So the main thing that I want to talk about today in today's lesson is the interval schedule. Now we've been doing the intervals since lesson 2. Let me just get the intervals and put them up on the screen so you see them. There's a whole schedule to follow from Monday through Sunday. Let me show you how it works. This is the interval schedule. This is your daily practice schedule. Let's go over the intervals a couple of days, then you'll understand how to do it for all the days. Again, if you don't really know how to practice the intervals correctly, go back to lesson number 2 and it goes over how to practice the intervals. So, on Monday, you'll do the seconds regular. That means all one volume. You do the fourths soft, loud to soft. So it's 12 beats. You'll say you start soft, get as loud as you can, and then back to soft as you can. And then the sixth, this is all on the same day now. The sixth will be loud, soft, loud. You start loud, get to as soft as you can, and back to as loud as you can. And on Tuesday, you'll do the fourths regular. 6 soft, loud, soft, and the seconds loud, soft, loud. Then on Wednesday, you do the 6 regular. You'll do the seconds soft, loud, soft, and you do the fourths loud, soft, loud. Alright, so then you have the schedule on Thursday, the schedule on Friday, the schedule on Saturday. Now the schedule on Sunday is a little different. You could alternate. You could do the major sevens regular, or you can do the octaves regular. Then you do the major sevens soft, loud, soft, or the octaves soft, loud, soft. Then you do the major sevens loud, soft, loud, or the octaves soft, loud, soft. So you could choose. You could do a seventh, or you could do an octave and another seven. Don't do all 6 of them because it's too much. So you're just gonna do 3. Okay, let me show you basically the best way to practice this without wearing yourself down too much. So after you do the seconds, I'll say on a Monday, then play the pedals. Now we went over the pedals in the previous lessons, so you can look that up if you want to see how you do the pedals. You definitely want to break these up. You don't want to do one exercise after another on the intervals. So you do the seconds, and then you play the pedals down to as low as you can go. You rest a few minutes, then you play the fourths soft, loud to soft. After you're done with that, play another exercise to bring the blood back into your lips. You can do the chromatics down, all the way down to C. You can do the low chromatics if that feels better for you, all the way down to the low F sharp. And another exercise you can do is you can hold the low F sharp as long as you can, 2 or 3 times. All this brings circulation back into your lips and gets you ready to play the next exercise. And you finish up by playing the 6 loud, soft to loud. Now you're going to rest in between each one of these. So rest 10, 15, even 20 minutes if you have to. And then, but you play the pedals or the chromatics down a minute or so after you play the exercise. Then you rest, and then you get ready to play the next one. So you do that with all of them. In between, you play either the pedals, or you play the chromatics down, or you can hold the low F, or you can hold the low F sharp. Maybe that wasn't in the camera before, but you can see the low F sharp or the chromatics down to the low G flat or F sharp, same thing. Or you can just hold the low F sharp for as long as you can, as soft as you can, 2 to 3 times. It brings the blood back to your lips. So that's how we do the schedule for the intervals. It's not easy. So we'll be doing this for the next 4, 5, or 6 weeks, and then we're going to stop doing that. We're going to be doing other things. So let me show you just an example of the first day on a Monday here. So So the seconds are regular, the fourths are soft, loud, soft, and the sixths are loud, soft, loud. So for example, there's the seconds, played in a regular, steady blow, or one volume. Then we're doing the fourths, from soft to loud to soft. And then we're doing the sixths, from loud to soft to loud. Now, let me show you the rest of the intervals on paper. This way you have them in case you want to mark them down, or you can go back to the other videos, previous videos, and also get them that way. But I'll give them to you right now again. This way you have them. Here are all the interval studies. You can stop the tape and you can write them down however you like to do it. But here's the seconds. Let you look at it for a second. And here's the thirds, the interval of the thirds. Interval of the fourths. Again, you can stop the video, write them down. Interval of the fifths. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want you to have them. I mean, you can go back and review them because I did the studies on each one of them in the lessons. But let me just give them to you again, this way you have them. And then here's the sixth. G to E, back to G, that's the sixth, interval of the sixth. The minor seventh. G to F, back down to G. Then A to G, back down to A. There's the seventh. And then the major seventh. Instead of G to F, it's G to F sharp. Instead of A to G, it's A to G sharp. Major sevens. And then finally the octaves. G to G, back down to G. So there you have all the interval studies. Write them down, do what you gotta do, but at least you have them now. That was the interval study. Write them down, practice them. They will build your range, your power, your endurance, and it will do it rather quickly. I'm going to put the complete lesson number 10 up on the screen now. Here's the complete lesson number 10. So let's go over it. The first thing we're going to do is the 6 notes, which we know is this here. And the second thing we're going to do is that daily interval schedule. Now this is not easy, so I want you to pay attention. I just want to read this here. Pay attention to how fatigued your embouchure is becoming. Do not force out notes with a lot of pressure. Go as far that is comfortable and then stop. You rest before proceeding to the next interval. If you are having difficulty with the 3 intervals a day, then just pick one different interval each day and play it at a regular volume, or choose soft, loud, soft, or loud, soft, loud. You gotta be careful. You don't want to, because you're fatigued, just push and hurt yourself. Okay, so that's the daily interval schedule. The second thing we're doing, again, with the daily interval schedule, in between intervals, we're playing the pedals to bring the circulation back to your lips, or we're playing the chromatics down, or we're playing the low F sharp. Remember, do that in between the intervals. Then the next thing we're gonna skip down to here because I already explained to you about the pedals and the chromatics down. So the next thing we're going to do is, the last couple of weeks we've been doing some tonguing exercises. So I think it was 2 lessons ago we did the first Caruso tonguing exercise, which was this one. So you play that tonguing exercise. Then for the following lesson we played another one of Caruso's tonguing exercise, which was this one. So we're going to pick one on, say, on a Monday we'll do one, and then on Tuesday we'll do the other one. We'll alternate back and forth between those two tonguing exercises. So just alternate those 2 tonguing exercises. Then the last thing we're going to do is The third study in the Clark book. At this point, you know how to play the Clark book. The procedure that we use. You play the first, of say exercise number 1, study number 1. You play the first 6 slow. Then you play the second 6 slow, and you play the first 6 a little faster. Then you play the second 6 a little faster, and then the rest of it slow, and then the rest of it faster until we get it up to speed. So that's how we're going to do the whole book. So you can do that at your own pace. So, finish the Clark book. It doesn't matter if it takes you a month or 2 months. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you're doing it is the most important thing. Because that also builds strength and endurance, and it builds tone too, and flexibility. The Clark book was meant also as a flexibility book. So definitely play this Clark book. It's a book that a trumpet player should always play. Alright, and then what we're going to do with this Clark book and the lessons to come, we're going to go back and we're going to start tonguing it. Single tongue it, we're going to double tongue it, triple tongue it. So we have a lot of work to do in the Clark book. That was lesson number 10 out of the 10 basic Carmine Caruso lessons. I hope these lessons did you some good. I'm sure they did. In the future, we'll be working on individual lessons that he gave me, different exercises such as the spider webs. So future lessons will consist of different books and different exercises that he gave to me through the years. So it was my pleasure to present these exercises, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you. This is Ralph Davella.